As we speak, the night sky is undergoing profound changes that will transform its appearance within decades, if not years. These transformations are not just gradual, slow shifts that we might expect from the cosmos, but significant alterations that could happen in our lifetime. Experts and astronomers from across the globe have been monitoring this phenomenon and have raised alarms about its potential impacts. Notably, prominent figures like astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson have drawn attention to the impending changes, especially concerning Polaris, commonly known as the North Star. What makes this situation particularly concerning is that Polaris, which has been a stable and constant point of reference in our sky for millennia, is now facing a dramatic and potentially disturbing change. This star, which has been used for navigation and stargazing, could soon lose its defining characteristic, its stability, fundamentally altering both how we see the night sky and the way we conduct astronomical measurements. Join us as we explore the significance of this cosmic shift and understand why this could have far-reaching consequences for all of us. To fully appreciate the gravity of the situation, we must first delve into the history of Polaris and its current state, which is believed to be in its final stages of life. Polaris has long been revered as a guiding star, a celestial beacon that has helped countless navigators, explorers, and astronomers find their way. Throughout history, this star has been a crucial tool for navigation, especially for mariners navigating the open seas. Its seemingly fixed position in the sky has made it a reliable point of reference, allowing travelers to orient themselves and determine direction. However, all of this may soon change. In September 2023, the prestigious Royal Astronomical Society presented a study that raised new uncertainties about the future of Polaris. According to this research, Polaris is on the verge of an explosion, a supernova, that would cause it to vanish permanently from the night sky. Such an event would mark the end of an era for this star and fundamentally alter how we view and use the night sky. Before we fully consider the implications of Polaris's potential explosion, it's essential to understand more about this star. Polaris, also known as the North Star or the Pole Star, holds a special place in the sky because of its proximity to the celestial North Pole. This position gives it the unique distinction of appearing almost stationary in the northern sky, making it invaluable for navigation and astronomy. Polaris is located in the constellation Ursa Minor, and although it is not the brightest star in the sky, it stands out because of its role as a fixed reference point. Polaris is a yellow-white supergiant star, much larger and more luminous than our Sun. What many people don't realize is that Polaris is not a solitary star but part of a complex triple-star system. The main components of this system are Polaris AA and Polaris AB, which, from Earth, appear as a single star to the naked eye. In addition, a third star, Polaris B, orbits this pair. The interactions between these stars, including the gravitational forces they exert on one another, influence their behavior, including their brightness and pulsation patterns. Any disruption in these delicate interactions could lead to significant changes in the star's luminosity, but the exact details of how these processes work are still not fully understood by scientists. Polaris is approximately 323 light-years away from Earth, which means that the light we currently see from the star actually left Polaris 323 years ago. This delay in light travel creates an interesting situation. If Polaris were to explode today, we wouldn't know about it for another 323 years. Essentially, the light from the explosion wouldn't reach Earth until centuries after the event itself. This phenomenon adds a layer of complexity to predicting when and how we will experience this dramatic cosmic event. Based on the current scientific understanding and evidence, it's possible that Polaris has already undergone a supernova, but we simply haven't yet received the light from that explosion. This delayed reaction makes it challenging for astronomers to pinpoint the exact timing of such an event, but it remains a very real possibility that Polaris has already reached the end of its life. Throughout history, Polaris has played an essential role in many civilizations, both as a tool for navigation and as a cultural symbol. The North Star's fixed position near the celestial North Pole has made it an invaluable resource for travelers, especially those in the Northern Hemisphere. For centuries, mariners and explorers have relied on Polaris to guide their journeys across the seas and unfamiliar lands. Beyond its practical uses, Polaris holds deep symbolic significance in many cultures. It represents constancy, stability, and reliability, qualities that are reflected in its unmoving position in the night sky. This symbolic importance is seen in various cultural traditions, where the North Star is often associated with guidance, truth, and permanence. Its enduring presence has made it a metaphor for things that remain constant in a world of change, and it has been a source of inspiration for poets, writers, and philosophers throughout history. The potential loss of Polaris as a fixed point in the sky would not only impact navigation but also affect the cultural and symbolic meanings that have been attached to this star for centuries. Recently, however, Polaris has started exhibiting behavior that deviates from what astronomers have come to expect. These changes are particularly concerning because they suggest that the star is undergoing a significant transformation. One of the most alarming signs is the alteration in Polaris's pulsation cycle. Normally, Polaris follows a predictable pattern of dimming and brightening, but recently, this cycle has become erratic and unpredictable. Such irregularities have led scientists to speculate that Polaris may be nearing the end of its life. This kind of behavior is often observed in stars that are in the final stages of their existence, just before they explode in a supernova. The gradual increase in the time it takes Polaris to complete its pulsation cycle could be linked to the gravitational interactions within its star system. Even though Polaris appears to us as a single star, the complex dynamics between the stars in its system could be driving these changes. One notable observation is the recent increase in pulsation duration by approximately 4.5 seconds. While this may seem like a minor shift, it is a significant change that has caught the attention of astronomers worldwide. Some astronomers believe that the fluctuations in Polaris's brightness and pulsation patterns could be caused by the gravitational forces between the stars in its system. These forces could be affecting the star's atmospheric conditions, leading to irregular pulsations. However, other experts are more skeptical of this explanation and believe that the star is on the brink of a supernova. This theory is supported by the striking similarities between Polaris's current behavior and that of Betelgeuse, another famous star in the Orion constellation. Betelgeuse has also been showing unusual fluctuations in brightness, leading many to speculate that it, too, is close to exploding. Several astronomers have pointed out that Betelgeuse's erratic behavior resembles that of stars nearing the end of their life cycles. This comparison has raised concerns that Polaris may be following a similar trajectory, which could mean that we are on the verge of witnessing a rare and spectacular cosmic event. NASA has taken a keen interest in the anomalies presented by Betelgeuse and has been closely monitoring its behavior for signs of an impending supernova. However, despite the concerning changes in Polaris, NASA has not yet made any official statements suggesting that it is monitoring the North Star with the same level of urgency. While the irregularities in Polaris's pulsation cycle are concerning, they have not yet reached the extremes observed in Betelgeuse. Nevertheless, the possibility of Polaris undergoing a supernova remains an important area of study, and scientists are continuing to gather data on the star's behavior. Stars like Polaris go through various stages in their life cycles, from their formation to their eventual death. Young stars have relatively low temperatures and brightness, but as they age, they enter the main sequence phase, during which they remain stable for billions of years. Eventually, when a star depletes its hydrogen fuel, it enters the red giant phase, marked by a dramatic increase in temperature and brightness. This phase can culminate in a supernova, a massive explosion that marks the end of the star's life. If Polaris were to experience a supernova, the explosion would be an awe-inspiring event visible from Earth. The star would become incredibly bright, possibly outshining the moon and becoming one of the most luminous objects in the night sky. This brilliant display could last for days, weeks, or even months, creating a spectacle that would capture the attention of stargazers worldwide. If Polaris were to explode, its visual appearance in the sky would change drastically. The star could become a dazzling point of light, possibly changing colors before fading from view. This transformation could temporarily alter the constellations we are familiar with, especially Ursa Minor, where Polaris is located. The disappearance of Polaris would mark a significant shift in the night sky, as the North Star has long been a part of our celestial landscape. However, despite the dramatic nature of a Polaris supernova, there would be no danger to Earth. Given the immense distance between Earth and Polaris, Any explosion would be purely visual, with no physical impact on our planet. In conclusion, while Polaris's potential supernova might not be as dramatic as Betelgeuse's, it could still be visible to the naked eye for an extended period and outshine nearby stars. If you enjoyed this video and would like to support our work, please consider leaving a like, subscribing to our channel, and turning on notifications so you don't miss our future content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.